Agatha All Along is now officially done and dusted. The last 2 episodes dropped, so let's talk about it.
Follow me, my friend, to glory.
Okay, so Disney Plus and the MCU have officially dropped the final 2 episodes of Agatha All Along, so you guys can go check out them right now. We're going to talk about it because, look, Agatha has been a series so far that has had its misses, had its moments where I'm like, it's not the best quality, but then it's also had some big hits where I'm like, okay, very intrigued to see where this story goes. Bring on more. I'm actually enjoying it. So, Agatha had been a breath of fresh air from the likes of like Echo, She-Hulk, those like ones where haven't been on a roll, except for Loki. Obviously, Loki was really good. But outside of Loki, they kind of have been dwindling the TV shows. So Marvel really needed to win. So it all come down to these final 2 episodes. They had built everything up to this. So episode 8 is all about the final trial. And then we get the big reveal at the end that it was actually Wiccan who created the Witch's Road. So it was never an actual thing, the Witch's Road. It was completely and utterly made up until Wiccan created it with his own mind. And we find out in the next episode as well, in the season finale, that he actually did end up killing some of the people in there because that's what happened in the Witch's Road. So it's on him, which was interesting. But episode 8, the final trial was getting that last bit that you want. What is it that you truly desire? So we had the one witch get her powers back, the potions which she got her powers back. And then we had Wiccan try to find Tommy. That's what he wanted. We had Agatha talk to Death about like, okay, I'll give you the boy, and just leave me. I don't want to see you again. So we had all that. Episode 8 was fine. Coming to the end of the Witch's Road and stuff like that, the reveal where Wiccan finally discovers that it was him because of all the stuff that's on the shelves in his room and everything. I was like, oh, okay. So we went through it like that. So it's sort of like the Hex, sort of kind of similar to what Wanda did. I mean, okay, makes sense because Wiccan is, the daughter. I mean, not the daughter, the son, of Wanda. So that made sense. And then, we had little hints and stuff like that that pointed towards it throughout the series. So I was like, okay, makes sense. Then we get into the season finale. Now, this is my issue with the season finale. The season finale did feel anticlimactic. And there's multiple reasons to why that is. The MCU does have a problem with trying to finish the seasons. They have not executed a season finale as well as the 2 seasons of Loki, where it actually ended really well. And you're like, oh, damn, this is crazy. Like, that's how you end it. So they've been struggling. This one, I must say, the first half of this episode is all about Agatha and what happened to her son. So we dive into that backstory. Now, I did not feel emotionally connected. I did not feel any weight. I did not feel anything really watching it as much because I was like, well, I've just watched Agatha go all the way, have her fight with Death in the previous episode, die, and now all of a sudden, I'm supposed to care? And like, I feel like this would have been more effective earlier on in the season where I actually had the backstory. Maybe you could have opened up it with that flashback there with her. Don't show us the outcome of the kid, but show us her getting with the kid, attachment, stuff like that. Because then we start to understand as we watch the story is, okay, I understand why Agatha is connected with Billy. Why is she connected with Billy? Why does she really care about this? Because there's moments in the series that I feel like you could have appreciated a lot more if you had this context earlier on. But here at the end of the season finale, it wasn't a big reveal because we knew about him already. He had been mentioned and stuff like that. So when it was happening, it was like, oh, okay. So that's why Death was after it. Like, it was anticlimactic. And I was like, I've just not got that emotional attachment that I think I would have had if this was early on. And then when she's fighting Death in episode 8, and she dies, and she basically sacrifices herself to save Wiccan, then you show us Why? Because she obviously lost her son. So that I feel like could have made that impact more, made Agatha's death a lot more impactful than anything else. And I was kind of like, it just felt like it took away and made it anticlimactic. But in the season finale, we do find out the Witch's Road was completely fake. Not Wanda, Agatha made up the ballad herself because her and her son would use it to lure other witches into doing this, and then boom, kill her. So she started using it to kill other witches to gain that power. So that was a really cool moment to see that after the death of her son, watch, the trauma that she had, the experiences where she was like, fine, I'm gonna take as much power as I can. It's all about power, 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 power now. I have nothing else. I just lost my son. Death has come and taken him. Now I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go and do this. So you have that. That was cool. And then you get the stuff where she's now a ghost. And she's talking to Wiccan and that, and it's like, oh, they're talking about the Witch's Road, how it's fake, how he made it up, how she's like, give me the locket. Why she doesn't want to go to the afterlife just yet because she can't face her son. It just felt anticlimactic, and then obviously the ending is her going, let's go find Tommy. So it felt anticlimactic. It really did. It just... Now, I can see him doing a season 2. It's probably not going to be called Agatha, though, because it's going to be more about Wiccan and Agatha finding Tommy. So that's interesting to see where that story would go. But as a season finale, I just don't feel like it had that impact where I felt satisfied completely. It kind of felt a little bit rushed, where it was like, okay, so we need to just do this, 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 and this, and this. And like I said, some of the choices of where to put certain scenes, I don't think made it as effective as it could have been. I feel like the fight with Death in episode 8 should have been in the season finale. You could have had that at the start, maybe, and really dived into it more, because the fight itself with Death, it was kind of a little anticlimactic. I would like to see a bit more of them struggling, and then, actually have them compete against Death for a little bit longer to then get to the realization of this is Death. We can't beat Death. How are we going to beat the concept of Death? How do you do that? So I feel like there could have been a lot more than that. I mean, Wiccan's entrance was cool. I do like the costume. The costume was really cool. But outside of that, I just was like, eh. And then we get to the ghost itself. The CGI isn't great, I must say. It kind of... It looks weird at times. It just makes... It's a little better than the Love and Thunder. I will give it that. It's a little better than the Love and Thunder stuff. But it still just kind of felt like off and weird and just felt out of place. But look, overall, Agatha... I don't think Agatha's awful. Like I said, it has its moments. I think there's a few choices that I would have changed personally to maybe just enhance the emotional experience and attachment to characters moving forward. So that's just me. But overall, I think it's a solid MCU show. I think, this is more of a success than the Echo, She-Hulk, those those type of ones. I feel like this is better than those by a mile. I don't think it's the best, but it's just middle of the road for me. So, look, I had fun with it. If they do a season 2, I'll watch it. I have no problems with it. But, yeah, so let me know what you guys think of Agatha. Did you guys enjoy the season as a whole? Did you enjoy the finales? Let me know. Smash that like button. Click subscribe. And I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe and peace out.